Okay, today we're going to be looking at all of the Just Ken Fashionistas. I have usually done these videos as full collections, but lately, I guess on this channel, I've been doing the segregated ones because we're just getting way too many fashionistas, so I have to split up these collections. I believe we did the slim and we did the broad. Now we're going to do the original bodies, but I am splitting up the original bodies into two sections because there are so many, and we're going to have to wait for some of the new fashionistas because every time that I find new fashionistas, it's when newer ones are announced. So there are two new ones announced. There is a broad and there is a original, but it is a dark complected guy with cornrows. I do have, it's a great head sculpt that I'm so glad that we are seeing him again. He comes in a really good outfit. But today we're going to be opening up this Western one and looking at the rest of the Ken head sculpt fashionistas. Now these ones are all the ones that are after the model Muse bodies and the ones that they did not name. They used to give them names before that, and there is something very interesting about this Ken head sculpt is that they've only ever put him on the original body, which is very interesting because they are starting to put Millie, like they have given, I don't think they've put Millie on a curvy body or a petite body, but I believe that they have put her, the quintessential Barbie head, the Millie head, on. Oh, they have given her a prosthetic leg a couple times, so that's interesting that they did that. Oh, and they have stuck her in a wheelchair. They also have stuck this Ken in a wheelchair. Now that is one fashionista that I don't have. I don't have the other Ken they put in a wheelchair, which has this. He has this weird hairdo, very strange looking one. He's never been less than $35 anywhere in Canada, so that's kind of expensive. This guy I did rebody actually because I wanted him to match the other Ken fashionistas. So what I did was I just took his clothes and I stuck him on one of the standard regular bodies so that, and then I put his head on as well, so that he would match the rest of the fashionista collections. So let's take a look at these guys. Oh, and then there's one other thing that I should mention before I go on. The other head sculpt. So Ken also is known as this. On Barbie Style, they use this head sculpt as the Ken. And I have to say, this is my favorite Ken fashionista head sculpt, or it might even be my favorite Ken head sculpt altogether out of all of them. There's some pretty good heads in the recent years, as you can see in these videos. Not this video, because these are all just Kens, but normally there's a lot of really cool head sculpts, and I love Mattel's head sculpts, and lots of fascinating characters. But I mean, we even have this redheaded guy in the mix. Now there are a couple that I don't have displayed here showing so far. We will look more at those, and we will open up this guy. But something that has happened in recent years, like I've always kept my fashionistas separate, and I don't touch them. I don't take the clothes off. I keep them as is, so I can have the collection and show them. But here's the model Muse ones. These are the ones before, I believe it's 2015. So I have collected every Ken fashionista before 2015. These are the ones right before, which I also do have. Guess what? I thought I had all of those, but recently, actually, not really recently, in the past year or in the past 12 months, I have found this one, and I thought I had all of the model Muse fashionistas, but it's not true because I don't have this one. I don't have that Ken, which is a different Ken head sculpt. So back in the early teens, Ken did have a different head. I definitely do like this one more, and like I said, I love this one. This one is so awesome. So there is that. And then there is the other original bodies. So yeah, this should be noted. This is the next Ken Fashionista video that I will do. Well, after these two, I still have the other one from this set. So they have been releasing them probably two each per wave. And they have been breaking up the waves. We get more than one wave per year. But this head we are revisiting, and he's coming with a whole jumper, like a onesie on, which is really cool. I do like those things. But this is something that has happened in recent months, is that I've been having to take the heads from some of the fashionistas because they're so cool. Do I have that one here? I guess I don't, because I am saving that for the other video. But this is the upcoming video of the other original bodies. So this is my other original body collection. Besides the Ken heads, I had to split them up because they couldn't fit in a box. I had to fill up two boxes. So here are the other two heads, and I think, well, you know what, that's not going to happen today, but this is from this fashionista. And am I gonna do it? I think it's his time. I think I'm going to, no. Wait, yes. No, I guess I won't do it in this video, because there will be probably, I will open up these two together, because I just did a Slim Ken video. I probably won't do a whole collection video. You can watch that. I believe it's on this channel, so you can see every Slim Ken. But when I open up this one, I am going to rebody him. I believe that these are very similar skin tones. I think that they're both going to look very good on my favorite body, Max Steel, which is an action figure from the early 2000s. And it seems to be the same skin tone. So that's what's going to go on here. You can see that this also is the other Ken Fashionista that I'm missing, the vitiligo Ken Fashionista. I just think that, first of all, this being my favorite Ken head sculpt, and then plus the added character of the vitiligo, I just think he looks so cool. He looks badass. He looks like he is from the future. And I mean, yeah, so he fits very nicely on this Max Steel buff bodies. And this head came on this body, and you can take a look at that outfit and everything. But I won't be removing this head, but I think that this is the body, because I don't need a buff signature Ken head. I mean, as much as I like this head, it was fun to do it because this was one of the newest This is one of the newest fashionistas until this one. But there's no point in me swapping this head for this. And then this head it's just not special because look how many we have of them. So I prefer to have like the special heads, and I also will have a Max Steel rebodied head collection. I'll show you, because I do have a lot of Max Steels with different Ken Fashionista heads on them, and you will be able to see the full collection of the ones that I've chosen. I guess they wouldn't all be fashionistas, but they'd be other Ken heads, Mattel heads that I have collected throughout the years, and then my favorites. But I believe that this one is going to be definitely a new favorite. I love the sculpted modern hair. The beard is something that we never see in Kens. So that double video upcoming is going to be super cool to do, because I believe that both of these outfits are supposed to pay homage to Totally Hair Ken, and I hope that all of these clothes will fit on the more buff Max Steel body, and I think that they will. They look like there's a lot of give to them, and then I think that his head will fit very nicely with that outfit, because the outfits are very similar. So that will be a fun video. That will be the next Ken Fashionista video to open, but we are going to open up him today. We have covered these two. You have seen these ones. I do like this outfit a lot too. It is a shame that I don't. Sometimes I might borrow one or two items, and I have been doing that a little bit more recently, but I don't want to disrupt my complete collection and be able to look at them in the way that they've been made. So they definitely need to get their heads back on. I probably should get another one of these, which I might even have another one of these so that I can keep my collection intact. So we've seen those two. You get the gist of what these two Ken Fashionistas look like. Pretty cool outfits. I always love Mattel's patterns. I love the strong Malibu surfer looks that they always give Ken. Also, but sometimes we get looks like this. So we get color blocks. Okay, 2 pairs of shorts. Let's count this because we do get a lot of complaints about shorts overpowering pants. But out of all of these, it seems that only 1, 2, 3, and the new one, 4 out of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 had pants on. So that is not very many pants. They do tend to put more pants on the slim guys, I believe. That might be true. And you can see that when they started doing these, that most of them did have pants. But it isn't true that Ken never comes with pants. Ken does come with pants. I guess not half the time. I would say 1/3 of the time. I thought it was more 1/2, but maybe it's not. Maybe it is closer to 1/3 of the time. All right, let's look more of these color blocking things. So we get a lot of checks. These are very modern fashions. These are very 20-something fashions, even though it seems to be the 20-somethings that complain about this not being very stylish. But this is if you look at what sells online, this is the kind of clothes that is big with I guess it's probably not the demographic of the adult toy collector, but they're right on. Mattel is down with what is hip in fashion. Despite me or you not liking these fashions, these are actually on trend. So not my style. Sometimes they'll look a little more 80s or 90s, where they are like pulled from, where they're inspired from, and I'll like them a little more because they might look a little more 80s or 90s. But for the most part, I like the more classic surfer looks that Ken will get, and I'm not talking early 2000s surfer looks. Those looks are much too detailed for my liking. But one thing I can say about this is that I'm a simple basics kind of guy, and I do like the less buckles and the less details, because that's what I like in fashion. But I know that a lot of people don't like that because there aren't as many details on Ken clothes these days. But that does reflect a lot of the minimalist style that's going on. However, take a look at this. Speaking of unminimalist, however, I think that those details are printed on. We have to really get to him and open him soon. But here are 2 other ones. I would compare these 2 styles of fashion, very similar. We got an acid wash pair of shorts there. I can't wear any of these shorts on my Max Steel bodies because they are so stiff. But every once in a while, we will get a jersey or like a pair of sweatpants or a pair of sweat shorts, and those are what I like. Those are what I like to wear in real life. Even a nylon pair of shorts with an elastic waist, they will work. But you can see that these pants, and probably most of these pants, are all going to be denim shorts, which is very interesting. I guess they've given Ken a specific style because there are a lot of looks that do come in sweatpants. But let me take a look here, because these ones are short denim shorts. These 2 that we've already looked at. I'd have to say that this is my favorite fashion look so far that we've looked at. We should probably rate these towards my favorites. Maybe we don't have time to do that. Okay, the wheelchair Ken. There's no printing on the back of this, but I talk about this all the time. I like that. In real life, if there was a shirt that was different on the front and it had a solid on the back, I would think that was really cool. Walking down the street, it looks this way, and then when you see him going, it's all a white t-shirt. Anyway, this is my jam. A simple black pair of shorts, even though they're denim shorts. I'm not a denim short kind of guy, personally, which all of these seem to be, but I do like a sleeveless tie-dye white basic is really good. And oh yeah, so what I wanted to see was, yeah, every single one of these seemed to be a faux denim short. So every single pair of shorts. Interesting. And then I noticed that these pants are made with that same material. I am not a fan of this. I know that all of the Barbie looks, the Ken looks, ones all came with, they seem to all come with pants of this style. So I'm not a fan of those, but I am a fan of these sweatpants. So this is nice that every time we got these sweatpants. Now these would probably both be a little tight, but I think I can normally squeeze those on because there's lots of stretch to them onto my preferred body donors that I use, which again is the Max Steel. And then we have a classic pair of jeans. So let's show this one. This is one of the oldest ones, so this is a good one to show now. We've got the jeans. I would say that this does probably, it's very, very close to the early 2000s style that Ken had. It has something to do with the color. There is some kind of like this, I would say, denim western influence in the early 2000s. Lots of buckles and bells and whistles. A little too much detail for my taste, but this is its toned down. We still have those earth tones that were very big, but they were a dark earth tone and not dark on dark, and buckles and layers of stuff. Wasn't really my favorite time in fashion, but this was more coming out of it, so I can say that I do like this. He is a true fashionista here. We got a pair of denim jeans on with actual printed on, well, not printed on stitching, but actual stitched on details. We love that. I do like the sandals, even though they have a lot of detail to them, but they're a nice solid brown, which is something that we don't always see, more so in modern years. And we have a more darker haired Ken, so that's cool. Oh, something that should be very important to add is that the original body is different from all of the rest of the bodies, or the newer bodies, because I guess they stuck with the classic mold. So every time you get an original Ken on an original body who isn't with the 5 points of articulation, he will have this one peg back and forth head. So easy to take off. You don't have to worry about breaking any pegs or anything because it's just one solid joint. But he is limited to just back and forth movement. So that is an interesting note to take place for the most common Ken body used. They don't have an articulated neck. Well, it's articulated, it's just not the full ball joint range of motion. So there's that guy. All right, we talked about that. Let's talk about the 1, 2, and 3. There seems to have been 3 of these on the original body. Now, again, this head has been used on only the petite body. They did the first time that they used this head, I believe they put it on a petite body, but then they transformed it into the standard Ken head, and they used it for a while, and they still use it every once in a while. It seems to be the favorite head of media for Ken, but when they are doing a Ken doll, they tend to use this head now. But there was a time where Barbie's Dream House, this was the quintessential Ken head. And we don't have a Ken fashionista that was Ken. So they did it in red. I guess this would be the only one. So this would probably be the only Ken fashionista with this head who didn't have vitiligo or was colored differently with red hair. But yeah, so those are the examples of, and again, this head belongs on this body, which I probably should have done for this video, but this is my favorite mashup, I think, so I don't want to take these off. If you're looking at these awesome shoes, these are Hot Wheels skate shoes, and these are special ones, and I love using the Hot Wheels skate shoes for these. Look, we've got Crocs with socks for what this guy is wearing. All right, so I'm jumping all over the place. Let's finish up. We've looked at him. Let's put him away again. We've looked at these two. Let's put those away. Oh yeah, I was going to rank the outfits in popularity of my popularity, but I guess I can just yay or nay them. Okay, we looked at this one. I keep bringing these two back. I do like these outfits. I like these sandals. Again, I believe that this is my first favorite outfit out of all of them. I don't really like white shorts. That pattern, I love that pattern, but not necessarily something I would wear. And then I just, he is definitely one of my, again, I guess it's my favorite head sculpt. And I have an extra one of these, and I have used this head and put it on an articulated made to move Ken body, so that he could be what do you call the guy? Alan. So yeah, this I have made Alan. I have a made to move version of this guy. I really like this outfit. So we've got a distressed acid wash pair of shorts, we've got the slip-on Vans, and we've got this kind of a pseudo Hawaiian patterned shirt, which I like very much, and it has the Velcro up the front, which is cool. And they put him on a paler skin because of his red hair, kind of fitting. Yeah, so he might be my favorite, second favorite with this head. So interesting. All right, and then we have, which one do I like next out of these? I would have to say it's a cross between, well, we got these sweatpants. We got some red Converse with a K's, is what I like to call them. We've got another like jersey acid washed Hawaiian Malibu shirt. So that one's pretty good. And then we have this Hawaiian shirt with I like a pink pair of shorts. They are a denim pink pair of shorts. We've got these slide-on Vans again, which are very popular with Ken, apparently. But those are two pretty cool outfits too. I love a tropical print. I llove anything that has that Hawaiian Malibu reference to it. And then this guy, I don't think he's as old as I think he is, but he does have the khaki shorts, and it's kind of a pseudo early 2000s look. Very uptight. Got a quarter length sleeve. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like they're rolled up a little bit. He does come with a watch. Usually so that must mean that he is older, because the original ones don't come with accessories anymore, and maybe none of them come with accessories. They did always used to come with accessories, I believe. He's got to be the oldest one, because why does he have a watch and nobody else has an accessory here? So yeah, and his outfit does look a little bit dated, but again, it's just a classic pair of khaki shorts and a gingham black and white check shirt. So collar. But also something that they have kind of stopped doing is when you have a button down in the front, it really should take advantage of that and put the Velcro in the front. So they do that more and more often with Ken button down shirts. And then he's got these classic boat shoes on in brown, which is nice. But that's also, this combination is giving me that early Y2K, not Y2K, Y2K? Early 2000s is called. And then we have this guy who looks ultra modern, almost like a cult, complementary shoes and Why did I always talk about complementary colors? Oh yeah, orange and blue, complementary colors. That is the phrase that I'm thinking of. So I like that. I like how they're popping off of each other. I like how this shirt looks like clouds. It is a polo. This is a newer one. It does Velcro up the back, but I do also like this open neck, and it looks like it's fit pretty well. And I can't believe I haven't had my glasses on the whole time I did this video. Yeah, this seems to be constructed quite nicely. They even hemmed his collar on this shirt. I have not really paid attention to this Ken, probably because he is newer. He's got a bad cut shorts on. Like these would not translate well in real life. I don't think anybody wears a pair of shorts this long that are that slim, but it is an example of how a doll can look completely different and so much better in something that wouldn't necessarily look good in real life, because it does look like just a nice pair of regular basic shorts. And then I do like these little slip-on basic classic sneakers. Those are very, very nice. And then we have this last one, which we did talk about a little bit already. He's got the classic Converse with a K on his feet, and he's wearing sweatpants, which I think I have tried on before. They're very, very tight sweatpants, which also has been a trend for a few years. Seems to be going away a bit. People do make fun of the tight, calved sweatpants now, and it seems to be unacceptable. The shirt, we found polka dots, a little feminine. These are black and white though, so that adds to it. He does kind of look like Minnie Mouse in this outfit, but I like this head. His very blonde hair with his very dark skin complexion is kind of interesting. It's funny that I have not tried to use this head on the Max Steel body, because I can tell you right now that it's a very close skin tone match. It's a very, very dark skin tone for Ken with this very light colored hair. But of course I'm going to like this one because the pants are awesome. The head is my favorite head. And he just looks cool. And let's finally open up the newest addition to the Ken Fashionistas. Am I going to be careful with this box? Am I going to save it? Do I have all of the tools I need to open it? I think I do. Let's get in here. I think I already tried to do the top. Can I pull it out? No. I still haven't figured out how to open these. I have not opened very many Fashionistas because I have stopped collecting the female versions of these. I guess mostly because it was becoming overwhelming. Here is a little look at the collection of what's going on. I can't believe that they still feature the wheelchair guy, because he is not that new. We have opened up him recently. We're opening up him today. We have opened up him before. Is that a petite body? I guess we must have shown him in the petite video, but that is the next video we're doing. Am I going to get her matching dress to go with this guy? Totally hair Barbie revamp to go with him. There are a few ones that I want for the clothes, but I am kind of waiting because I do actually only use these as fashion packs. I used to use them as heads in fashion packs, and that is why I stopped getting all of them, because I was just getting way too many. Every single fashionista would get a WWE body, and it was just getting out of hand. And now I've decided that I don't like dolls with hair at all. Oh, sure, I can slide them out of the bottom, but I can't slide them out of the top. I think that's a new addition to these boxes. I think that they became all attached. That might have something to do with this 1980s reference. That's what this one is making. And I do have these scissors. Let's go. he would be really cool to have. Have I seen him somewhere recently? I might have at like a thrift store, but it's 65 years of Barbie. Barbie looks really good for 65 years. Oh, here's something which I said that I don't like that they're doing. They totally could have put the Velcro on the front. I guess they were worried about matching up the print. They have not folded down the collar this time. It is just a cut edge, and then they did some stitching to add a little bit of detail to make it look like it was hemmed. Unfortunately, it's not. So that's two parts of the shirt I don't like. I really don't like this material that they use for the faux denim. It's I think it's just a little bit too shiny. I am really excited about these cowboy boots though. They are 3/4 cowboy boots though, which are a little cheesy but also kind of stylish for this. But it's not a classic cowboy boot, which will always be in style. The 3/4 one will definitely come and go. I would say right now you can definitely get away with that. And kind of cool because it's a new shoe for Ken, and I kind of like it. And a black shoe, like, it's gonna go with everything, so that's really, really cool. Interesting take on Ken. I wonder if one day I will make time to bedazzle. I've talked about this before, like take a sewing machine and bring out all of the embellishments, add little buttons and stuff to where the button print is. It would be a fun little task to do, and you could really embellish this shirt and make it look like the way that it should. But I'd have to say, and I have to say for Mattel in general, when they do these printed on tops, sometimes they do a very good job that you can't even tell that it's not printed on. And I would say that this is a good example. Like, they did put that extra stitch around the collar, and the print is so nice that I kind of like it. Oh yeah, and they hem the bottom too. However, I would have liked them to put the zip on the front, but I do understand how it would have been really hard to match that up, and that must be the reason why. I do have a loose stitch here that I want to remove, which I'll be careful with. But yeah, that is the new Ken Fashionista, and I won't be rebodying this one. I guess sometimes the head sculpt, this head sculpt is amazing, but once you have, it's just something that happens. Once you have too much of a good thing, he's not special anymore because this head is so common. Oh yeah, but it is the new smiley one, which is also kind of interesting and something that I probably should have mentioned, that they don't do this very often either, where they make a subtle difference to the head sculpt. So that has happened for 2024, probably happened in 2023. But that's when we've started seeing this new Ken, and I have opened up a few of these with the smiling face, and I thought that they did a very, very good job at making the smile look good. I do like this head a lot, and that is the reason, now that I'm thinking about it, why I did put a classic head, because it was special. It was different at the time, but I think that this body is going to be taken over by this head because it is just too cool and special and different, and I'm not really a fan of the slim body, but that will come later. It'll be fun to break these down. I held off getting this one. Oh yeah, so here's a little preview of the video to come. I held off getting this doll because it was very expensive. I think these things are like $40 in Canada. It was marked down to $10 in Walmart. It wasn't marked down to that much, but I took it to the machine, and the machine said, like, I kept checking this, it was marked down to $20 for a long, long time, and I like almost bought it a million times because there's a lot of good stuff in there. But then I'm like, how often will I be dressing Ken in these clothes? But now, for $10, it doesn't matter. Also, it should be noted, yes, that this seems to be the same head with hair. So it'll be interesting to take a look at that and compare the two, and I'll probably shave his head because that seems to be what I do with all of my dolls now. The hair just drives me crazy. It's going all over the place on the long-haired girls, and for the guys, it just doesn't fall right. It doesn't sit right, and it's sticking up and looking messy all the time. So that's why I am a fan of the molded hair, and that's why I collect all of the Kens and like them so much. I hope you liked this video of all the I'm Just Ken heads fashionistas that have existed from 2015 and onward. Please give this video a like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you again real soon. Until then.